Hello everybody, it's me, the Real Local Maniac. I am back again with another 8-Bit Wars. As you can see, today the game I'll be playing is none other than Joe Blade. Now, I used to love this game. This game was fantastic to my eyes. I mean, just listen to that music, that was amazing, it gripped me. Now, whether this game is aged as well, or whether it was a great game, is a different story. But when I think about it, I still quite enjoy it. Now, I remember when I first got this game, I was basically drawn to the fact from the cassette inlay, because the cassette inlay basically was this big, muscly, fella who looked like he kicked some ass, so. And back in those days, I was really into sort of my action films, so from the cassette cover alone, it basically made me buy this game. And when I loaded up the game, yeah, I was greeted with that amazing music there. Now, Joe Blade, in the spec, he looks nothing like he does on the on the cassette inlay. In this, he's kind of chubby. He looks a little bit like Super Mario actually, or Ron Jeremy, one of the two. But anyway, seriously, the graphics on this I think are really nice. They're very sort of like large, cartoony sort of sprites there. Everything is very clear, even though the colors sort of tend to sort of leak. Well, they're basically the same colors as the sprites. Everything is detailed enough where nothing really sort of gets confusing. I think it's a great game basically for that reason. So what is the story of Joe Blade? Well, basically the story is that all these guys have been kidnapped, and it's up to you, badass Joe Blade, to go in and save them, save the hostages. I can't remember how many though. And you've got to shoot the baddies, collect keys to open doors, collect some, pick up sort of like food and stuff for more energy and so on. And you've also got to defuse some bombs. So with that alone, you had more of a challenging game than quite a lot of the games, because you have to save the hostages and then defuse the bombs. Now, saving the hostages wasn't much of a problem, you just literally walk into them, but it was the bombs that were a pain in the ass. Now, there's one of the bombs there, and I'll tell you why it's a pain in the ass if you've never played this game before. Well, basically, you've got to defuse it by putting those letters A, B, C, D, and D, obviously, into order before your time runs out. And it's kind of fiddly because, as you can see, as you do it, it leaves a couple of letters there in between that won't change. So you've got to try and sort of be smart with it. I've never managed to do it intentionally. I've done it purely by luck once, but that was just one bomb I defused, and there was quite a number of bombs, if I remember, that you had to defuse. But nevertheless, even though I never got far in this game, I always thought this game was a great game. I really enjoyed it, and to this day I think it still holds up pretty well. Now, next up will be the Amstrad version. But before I tell you anything about the Amstrad version, let me quickly apologise if the sound sounds crap, or whether the recordings are looking kind of crap. For those of you that don't know, the reason why I have been away from YouTube for a while is basically because the computer I used to use, to do all my videos and everything, that basically died, and with that went all my ROMs, with that went my Snagit, which I used to film the thing, so I've had to use some really crappy free one to sort of record. And I'm also getting used to Windows 7, which hasn't got like a narrator thing, as far as I know, on the on the Movie Maker thing, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So yeah, guys, sorry about the quality of the video. Right, anyway, now this is the Amstrad version. As you can see, it's basically just another port, another specky port, that is. Same bold fellas there, sort of grinning at you because they want to do bad things to Joe Blade. Joe Blade's got to run away because he don't want none of that. Now, there, I've picked up an enemy uniform, and again, this is what this game had, which added a few bits of extra things to the game, rather than just a standard shoot 'em up. So you can mingle with the enemy and they won't know it's you. That's really clever thing is, but the annoying thing is, but also a good thing I suppose, is that you don't know exactly when it is going to run out. So you've got to be very careful that you're not walking into them like I just have there if your thing has run out, because they'll know it's you and they'll hurt you. Now, graphically, it's the same as the Spectrum. All in all, just an average Spectrum port of a good game, I suppose. Now, while I try and defuse this, let me quickly ask you a question of the day. Now, at the 1HMPS forum, which is my forum that I've got at my website, which is the 1hourmonthlypodcastshow.co.uk, I asked the guys there if which gaming character would you look like? Now my response to that was I look like Grand Dizzy from the Dizzy series because I'm bald, I've got glasses, and I've got like a scruffy beard. So yeah, that's my question to you guys out there for today. Which gaming character do you look like? Right, so that's the end of this Amstrad version. Anyway, 6 Spectrum. Now this is the Commodore 64. Now let's have a listen to that. Right, here's some pretty class music there. Quite like the theme to Joe Blade. Well, definitely this is already beating Spectrum on the music front. Now guys, again, I won't be making as many videos like I used to. Well, not like on my old YouTube channel where it was like every day I was making a few, but basically the thing is, it's just like I'm really tied up at the moment with work, family, wife, kids and everything, that it's hard to find the time to actually make a video, and especially when I've got like this crappy equipment that I'm using at the moment until I can get myself sorted out. I won't be making as many. I mean, it's a lot easier for me rather than making these 8-bit wars if I just sort of do like a blast from the past or a WTF or even a fantastic game, because I don't have to edit that much. I can just, record, talk over it, simple as. But with this, I've got to put them together, make sure they fit in under 10 minutes, which is a bit of a pain. And again, I need to find a capture thing which I can capture some arcade footage so I can do my 8-bit wars at some point properly. Right, see those baddies there that were locked up in prison there? They kind of look like Lon Chaney in The Wolfman. And in this Commodore 64 version as well, the hostages that you save, they're just standing up with their hands tied behind the back. But in the Spectrum, they're sort of like just really lying down, chilled out, sleeping. Okay, graphically, this isn't as good as the Spectrum or the Amstrad. The graphics look too blocky. It's a bit of an ice rain as well, the bricks on the wall there. Don't like the dull colour, which again, it just doesn't work. And Joe Blade himself looks a bit like a postman. Just musically it's a lot better. And sonically, I suppose, like the sound effects sound a little bit better than this. They do sound more like machine gun fire. But I think the Spectrum version and the Amstrad version just has more of a cartoon feel to the game. It looks a lot more, I don't know, it looks a lot nicer to look at. Anyway guys, today's winner is the Spectrum. Shall see you guys next time with another 8-bit wars. Goodbye.